be a bloodbath here as we're starting to kick things off. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 1. I am your host and caster, Seb. I am joined alongside the Rune Keeper as OUG's Mike picking up a blue dual blades. He's also got a blue repeating crossbow in hand. Railgun already with the purple armor and a blue longsword could be interested in getting some very crucial damage at this point here. We're going to see him try and go for Mike right away, and if he's able to take Mike out this early, we're going to see the F ability coming out from the Z-ping on Railgun, getting him into a longsword combo, into the greatsword swap. 1 HP. Mike is barely alive here. He tries to go for the F2, tries to bring it back around into a combo, ends up losing it, and the jumping LMB taking out OUG's Mike right off the rip here, ladies and gentlemen. Railgun, the crazy pick, going now onto Baoda's action here. Baoda's action with the gray hangsword, gonna try and make something happen, switches over to the dual blades, sees if he can get a little bit of a combo going off, trying to go for that weapon swap, isn't able to land anything yet. Railgun gonna get parried here, huge parry coming in from the dual blades of Baoda's action. We're gonna see the F get invested to try and block off Railgun, and he gets the combo but doesn't get the follow-up blue, as we're gonna see the F1 getting popped from Railgun as well, and the overhold onto Railgun, ultimate invested now, full healing, trying to get back up in health. We're going to see the combo coming up from Action, gets the charge attack off, but the terrain is going to let him breathe out of there as Action brings out the ult of his own. Now they are going to clank. Railgun going to go for that armor swap just before the ult's going to proc here, and Action now getting a free double charged off. Railgun getting dangerously low, is going to end up popping that F ability here, but the combo is going to be just a bit too strong, taking him out, and Action first kill on the board.
Oh my goodness, such an upsetting position for Railgun to be in here. Railgun, of course, the odd man out, the only zipping in the lobby here. And this is typically why you don't play these zippings into these Morris Isle lobbies with these Fireflies. It's very hard off the rip to deal with some of these other heroes and their ults, especially when you're stuck in an area like that that doesn't have a lot of terrain that's going to allow you to break ankles, slip away, and get the full effect of that healing out. As we cut back over to OUG's Mike, who only has 1 life left. He doesn't have that resurrection, as Railgun was able to take him out before he found himself heading back to the Soul Altar. Mike here looking to get some loot under his belt. He's got a Jails AS on the hunt after him here with these purple dual halberds in the back pocket, looking to move up on the Mike. We're going to cut back over here, and we're going to see Alliance's Frostivus going head-to-head here with EWG's Arano just to the side here of Shadow Jade. Frostivus looking to break away, use that fan for a little bit of movement, trying to get the pot off, isn't going to find it, will invest the F, but doesn't find any value out of it, as we see the Temi instantly pop the F to get those iframes away from it. Doesn't want to allow him to set that up, will come back in and find the connection on the Wisp as well, getting some huge damage onto Frostivus. Frostivus going for the fan here. Oh, doesn't find it. The terrain going to come out just a little bit, but this downward hill terrain, there's nothing Arano can do. No F available. Alliance's Frostivus going to find his 3rd elimination of the lobby. Oh my goodness, Frostivus off to a raging start here as we cut back over to Baoda's Action and XCG's Wang Liang. Wang Liang with the Tessa ult on them. We're going to see their own Tessa ult being invested back, but Wang Liang going to find no value out of it. Mistimes it. Baoda's Action going to be able to cleanse it and still get the hits out onto Wang Liang. Going to come in with the grapple bump there. Oh my goodness, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. One of those legendary Soul Jades we always talk about, off of the dual blades, coming through, doing a ton of damage into Wang Liang. The grapple bump into that Jade is just so potent. Action here still on the hunt, looking for a bow shot. Wang Liang will be able to get a pot off here. Is going to feel forced to invest the F off the back of this, but Action not going to give up the hunt, coming to look in, maybe looking to go for that calf bloom. We will see Wang Liang find the armor swap into the white armor. Not going to be enough though. There's the calf balloon, but walks right into the ult off of it. Action, no chance of being able to cleanse this here. Going to take a lot of damage for the follow-up. Action going to walk away. They're going to invest an ult of his own. Looks to turn back around. Will find the connection. The F coming in though from Wang Liang is going to keep Action from connecting with the stun off of the ultimate, but Action will turn around with the R&B, find the connection, and pick up the elimination.
Oh my goodness, Action bringing it right back around. An overhold battle to the end there as he finally gets that charged attack off into Wang Liang's face, taking him out. One thing I wanted to point out earlier, that Soul Shatter combo that Frostifus was pulling off with the fan. Absolute deadly combo, able to get that pry out from the Soul Shatter, just messing up the timing of his opponents, being able to move the timing around from the usual attack that you would be putting out without the Soul Shatter Jade. As Frostivus, as we're flipping back to him right now, coming up close to JDG's verse, it looks like they don't want to engage too quickly here. Realm of Yangs are going to be dropping pretty soon, so they might want to start to head over into that direction, try and get a couple more kills on the board, get one more in the Realm of Yang, get that gold weapon. It'll be super helpful for them in the rest of the game here. As we're taking a look, JDG's verse fighting against Alliance's Frostivus early into the game. He was able to pick up one kill, and then he gets the kill as well onto KLA's T225 here. We're going to see T225 bringing in that combo that I was talking about earlier that Frostivus was pulling off, as we're seeing him switch over to the longsword. Ults up here. Frostivus with a sliver of health remaining is going to get the 1-2-3. Oh my goodness. Frostivus absolutely popping off today.
Oh my goodness, I'm not sure, but I think Frostivus may have had Blue Moon there. That just did so much damage off of the longsword. Cutting back now to Frostivus fighting TE's Railgun. Oh my goodness, Frostivus picking up his 4th elimination there. 4 eliminations under his belt before Resurrections is absolutely huge. He's also playing Sheol, like you said. We do have those Realm of Yangs going to come through, and Realm of Yang going to be something that Sheol definitely wants to look into, especially if you're Frostivus. With 4 eliminations under your belt, you probably have a Soul Bloom stash somewhere as well. Now does Action here going to connect onto the ultimate, onto XCG's Wang Liang, and it's Action versus Wang Liang again, and Action's going to find his 2nd elimination into Wang Liang, and that's going to send XCG's Wang Liang heading back to the lobby for game number 2. Action going to leave that Soul Boom behind as he looks to invest in a potential Yang, but the Yangs have been filled up. It's going to be OUG's Mike versus DRG as we take a look at our first Realm of Yang.
DRG's Fung rocking the absolute classic for him here. The blue dagger is going to get parried fairly quickly though here. Invest that F ability to be able to just block most of that parry punish damage. We're going to see Mike, ooh, beautiful dodge of the Tesla ultimate here into the grapple combo with the Halberds, taking out DRG's Fang, as we're going to see Frostivus here now fighting EWG's Arano on the other side of this Realm of Yang. Frostivus going to take to the skies, trying to see if he can maneuver around this Temi ultimate. Arano going to get almost a full reset, but getting parried in the air. Frostivus taking a lot of damage now, going into an extended combo with the longsword, into the carousel, into the wisps. Oh my goodness, the hit confirmation again. Oh my goodness, Arano absolutely decimating Frostivus there. Nothing he can do but take his hands off the keyboard and call it a day.
That's a very, very unfortunate turn of events for our boy Frostivus. But with 4 eliminations under his belt, I'd be willing to bet he does have a Soul Bloom stashed somewhere, given how aggressive he played into the early game here. But this is why Temi comes in, one of those counter picks there for the Sheol. Here we go. We're going to cut right back to Frostivus, and no surprise, he's heading into the zone where he likely has that Soul Bloom stash. Now, something of note moving forward is that players not going to be able to stash Soul Blooms into the next patch, as those Soul Blooms will have a 2-minute timer onto them. So unless you pick up an elimination just before the Yang, you cannot play this particular way anymore. Kind of unfortunate, but also well-deserved. I love to see players being very intelligent, keeping those Soul Blooms stashed, but also kind of leads to a kind of undynamic version of gameplay here. Eliminates a little bit of the threat from the Yang there, so now players moving into that next patch next week aren't going to be able to do that. Moving over to Wolves CDY here, taking a fight with Jails AS. CDY already feeling forced to pop that ultimate here into AS. AS going ahead and getting both of those blocks out already. WBG Spider going to show up for the third party though. AS in a little bit of trouble here. They will find the armor swap into the blue armor. We're going to see Wolf CDY get that third block coming out there. Spider picking up the elimination onto AS, and CDY in quite a bit of trouble. Not only does he feel forced to pop the F here, the ult is gone, but he gets caught on the body as well and misses out on so much of that. CDY here caught out in the wisp, in the wall, no place to go. Unfortunately, CDY Wolves going to be heading back to the Soul Altar. He luckily did have that Vermilion Bird's Might though, so he's going to keep the game alive. We're going to see DRG's Fang come in, catches the stun onto JDG's Verse. Verse in a very interesting position where he gets caught out there while he's falling, so he sticks in the falling animation. You don't see that one too often, Seb.
No, it's not something you see very much, but we are going to see Spider coming through in that mess of things. taking away the kill from CDY, the first one, and then gets the second pick there, picking up his 2 more kills into the game. Spider doing a masterful job at coming in on the third party, but now that everybody is in Celestia, we're going to see all of the movement coming out from these players. JDG's verse fighting for his life right now. Very, very low HP compared to the rest of these players, and oh my goodness, DRG Fang with a crazy stun, getting 2 players off of this as well. We're going to see Fang going in. He is going to get the stun off into the 1-2-3. JDG's verse getting extremely low here. Fang hot on the chase, gets the uppercut. We are going to see the F coming out, and Spider again, oh my goodness, comes in, steals the kill and the Soul Bloom. DRG's Fang absolutely upset right now, takes his hands off the keyboard, calls it a day. Spider picking up about 4 kills in less than a minute here, as we've seen this whole Celestia fight go absolutely all in his favor. Spider picking up every single one of those eliminations, and you could tell that Funk was not too happy about that. Frostivus here is going to go out to KLA's T225, picking up a crazy bow shot. These third-party kills are getting incredibly frustrating for these players here, as Balda's Action had him on the brink of death, and ends up getting his kill stolen here, as EWG's Arano trying to pick up the kill onto Action after his fight with, oh my goodness, after his fight with Frostivus, and Arano with the crazy bow shot from above is able to come away with the kill.
You know, Arano's been absolutely landing some crazy bow shots left and right the entirety of this spring split. Man's been hitting the aim trainer hard here. Almost every time we cut back to him, he's holding on to the bow. We're down to 5 players left alive with 15 minutes left remaining. I told you the aggression was going to be coming out heavy in game number 1 here. It sets the pace for the entirety of the day. WBG Spider here on 5 eliminations. Unfortunately, Alliance's Frostivus with 5 eliminations does go out, I do believe, in 7th position. We're going to have the second set of Realm of Yangs getting ready to come through. Spider really on a rager here for this first game. Those 5 eliminations inside Celestia, coming in with so many third-party eliminations as well, which is typically OUG Mike's calling card. I think a lot of these players have realized Mike has been starting to pick up more and more eliminations than usual. Typically, in terms of solos, we see MVPs walking away with 5 to 6 eliminations max, but it's been OUG's Mike picking up, you know, consistently like 8 to 10 elimination games, and it's because of those third parties. We're going to cut back and see what happens with Alliance's Frostivus here. Goes for the infinite there, but I do believe it drops it there on Action, and then the bow shot coming in from behind as we head over to our second set of Realm of the Yang. It's going to be WBG Spider versus Wolves CDY, formerly known as Panaman, going head-to-head in the Realm of Yang. Spider going to take the time to go ahead and pop that 2-knob. Both players going to go airborne. Spider coming up here with the staff, going to swap to the white pistol he's got in the back pocket here, looking to get a little bit of range damage off. Will catch CDY out here with a little bit of damage, but the F going to be invested on the side of CDY. He's able to get such a clean tap dodge around that LMB there from the staff. Spider feeling forced to go airborne here, using the F. Will catch CDY on the edge, misses the opportunity to catch the re-wisp onto him, though. Spider going to continue to use the ultimate to get the reset on the wisp, though, so he's got one in the back pocket while he looks for the reset. CDY going to dodge the wisp yet again. Spider not going to get a 4th reset here. He's going to come back in. He's going to clink onto the ult there. We're going to see that first block being invested by CDY. The teleport going to come through just before CDY's ult going to end. Looking to come in with the jabbing. Won't find jabbing onto WBG Spider. 26 seconds left remaining in the Realm of Yang. Spider with an insane aerial parry. Oh my goodness. Jumping to cancel the scale rush at the last possible second there. Wolves CDY looking to come in, but now Spider got him a little bit on the back foot, but a huge jabbing does come through, does a little bit of damage. Spider able to mitigate it with the F as he looks to find the wisp down. He doesn't connect the wisp, but he is able to grapple onto CDY. 1 second left remaining. These 2 players are going to time out your Realm of Yang.
And CDY with a huge grin on his face there at the end of that fight, not going either of their ways, but he's looking to stay positive in this fight, as we are going to see EWG's Arano looks like he did lose his Realm of Yang as well. Oh my goodness, Mike and CDY so close to each other here. Mike not choosing to take the fight right away, as CDY is going to go for that Morris Blessing, see if he can get himself a little bit of some better loot to try and scale into these final fights. He does need to pick up a kill and get a Soul Bloom before this timer runs out. They do both have the Yang depletion, since they both didn't win the Realm of Yang. Taking a look, Spider now gonna replenish his weapon, get himself a bounty on the board, so at least he knows where one player is that he can attempt to go and get a kill. Arano deep in the circle at the where we basically started the game in the Shadow Jade mine is gonna pick up that Soul Bloom. Looks like he does have advanced heal as well, which is gonna be huge for him getting back into the circle with only that one pot left in his inventory here. As we are gonna see Spider on the other side, everyone's starting to group closely together. There are 5 players, and 4 of them are in and around the surrounding areas. We're going to see T225 and CDY start this fight off. Someone with the Storm Stride is going to be dealing a lot of damage. You don't want to be taking this extra Storm Stride damage. We're going to see Spider catching CDY out in the air here. It is going to force him to armor swap into the gray. Spider is going to ult right away here too. CDY backing off, and CDY ulting, sorry, as Spider is hot in the chase. We are going to see him get back to purple armor as well, as everybody chasing him down as fast as they can. They want to get him out pretty quickly here. Going to try and use that dash, but is going to end up getting tap dodge. Spider investing that F, trying to throw the wisps again, but unsuccessful in catching that. We are going to see the ultimate come out here as well. KLA's T225 hot in pursuit as well. They're both under the Temi ult, but CDY with a huge parry. No damage off of the punish though, as we are going to see another ultimate or another F ability coming out from CDY, and now Spider getting absolutely demolished in health, but T225 gonna leave him alone and try and just go for the kill chase onto CDY, finding himself another armor swap. He is gonna be able to do that and get away, but no, Spider gonna come in. He is gonna be able to steal a Soul Bloom as well. Mike now trying to put pressure onto WBG. Spider is gonna be able to back off, using that dagger to get that bit of extra movement here, just moving away from Mike as fast as he possibly can. Took the fight, was able to come away with the kill in the end as well, putting Spider onto 6 eliminations. Mike with only 1 elimination in hand. Invest that F2 isn't gonna get too much value out of it here, as Spider just dipping and dashing, playing ring around the rosy with both of these players right now. 4 players left in the lobby. Spider on 6 kills, off to an absolute crazy start.
Yeah, Spider having a very good game 1 for him. And this could spell disaster for a lot of these players. You know, WBG Spider, one of those players that we've seen, if he has a good game 1, it locks his mental in for the day, and he just starts to tear through lobbies. We haven't seen him have a good game 1 in a while, so this could be a very different day for many of these players. OUG's Mike here, still on 1 elimination, but keeping the game alive here. He's got these legendary dual halberds in the back pocket, looking to use this F to put some pressure onto KLA's 225. Going to swap into the bow, able to get a body shot there. T225 going to get a shot as well as EWG's Arano onto Mike. Mike feeling forced to go ahead and get a heal out here. Going to swap to the hang sword just for the potential movement here as he backs away from this fight. He does not want to take this. I do believe he is the only Sheol left in the lobby full of Temis. This is a nightmare scenario for you if you're OUG's Mike. These players definitely picking up Temis specifically to deal with the likes of Sheol, and as we've seen time and time again, when you get to an ending phase like this, if you are the odd man out, these players are going to look to eliminate you first before dealing with each other, because they know they can lock onto you and keep the pressure going. WBG Spider just dancing around here with KLA's T225. Nobody looking to fully invest yet. They're waiting for OUG's Mike to pop his head for this box to come out, and now it's time to play. Whose box is it gonna be? We're gonna see the Sky Pillar coming in from T225 as he slides in. He's not able to get the armor though. It's EWG's Arano who's able to slide away with the legendary armor, get the reset off of it as well. The advanced heal slowly taking it up there off of that blue pot in the back pocket. Now Arano looking to move away here, wants to put some distance between him and the players, will pick up this lovely Valiant challenge as well, so he can get a little bit of information on where these players are and to keep it moving. If you look, he's positioning to the backside of the Bane's Breath to make it as hard as possible for these players to approach him, and with the Valiant challenge, he will know if players are taking the long way around to come and approach him, which it looks like T225 trying to keep his movement onto him as we wait for this late game's Bane's Breath to die out. T225 wants to keep him pinned to the wall if at all possible. Going to come over to the shop here, potentially get a couple more resources before we get into the end game. You don't very often see shops make it this deep into the game, so smart move on T225's part to head in and get some of those resources. We've seen time and time again many players getting starved for resources in these final circles, going out fairly early. Mike gonna come over where that elimination took place last, looking to get some of those resources for himself as well now that the Temis have cleared out of the area.
And being that last Shale, like you were saying earlier, it is going to be a very difficult situation for Mike, especially since he did only put up 1 kill in these before rebirths. It is going to be hard for him if he wants to MVP this. He's going to have to take out every single one of his opponents and get that first place. Facing against 3 Temis, it's next to impossible here. We have seen the impossible happen, but I'm gonna be saying it now. It's gonna be super difficult for Mike to be able to make this play. He's gonna try and live it out for as long as he can, but it looks like Spider's already seen that someone's over there hitting a huge shot from downtown with the blue musket, just sending him kind of a warning shot. Like, I see you, I know where you are. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. WBG Spider still going to be putting the pressure on over there as OUG's Mike is going to get that reset off. Looks like he is going to be coming into a little bit of contact with Arano and T225, starting to hold some space up top. No one wants to really overcommit and hyper engage into these fights right now, because going out at this point is like surviving all the way to basically the end, and then having it be all for nothing, as we are going to see Arano sending out that Aurora Burst to try and make space. Mike taking a lot of damage now. A couple of bow and musket shots coming his way. KLA's T225 putting out a shot onto him as Spider is also able to hit a follow-up. All of these players starting to lose a lot of their armor, burning these resources and getting back into as this circle is starting to close. We're seeing another Bane's Breath coming through as well. This is going to make these players have to start to reposition, think about where they want to play for this final circle as the game continues with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left. Circle 5 closing onto Circle 6 in 50 seconds.
Yeah, OUG Mike here really trying to play this out the best he can. He wanted to create some pressure onto Arano. Unfortunately, as soon as all of the other Temis see Mike, they start to turn their focus on to him, especially once Arano finds that armor swap back into the purple, and it looks like he's been able to swap back into the legendary as well. So Mike now forced to just hold this side of the circle as this final Bane's Breath comes through and just look for an opportunity, but it is going to be very, very difficult. We've said it a couple times already, but being the last Sheol in the lobby when everybody else is playing your counter pick makes you the target. You do have that sort of target on your back where these players are looking to eliminate you here. T225 just threatening the space there with that legendary Soul Jade, the silence as well. Arano here, yet again, he's got the legendary Hang Sword as well as the Aurora Burst. Mike here doing what Mike does best, stashing an armor to swap into. We see Mike do this quite often. Mike able to win out many games by finding those armor swaps, and Mike here with 1 elimination under his belt wants to make the most of this game as humanly possible going forward. But we're going to see a bow shot. He gets caught out trying to stash this armor over into the bush. These players are going to know where it is, so Mike going to stash the empty one over yonder and move this way. Not sure what Mike's plan is with the empty purple armor here. Maybe to try to trick somebody into picking it up here now that he's let these other players.
It was a full purple.
Was it a full purple?
He dropped the armor in the circle so he could go ahead and pick the other one up. Because he was here.
Yeah, everybody just looking to hold space. The Sky Pillar coming out, Aurora Burst. Nobody really wanting to engage here with the 4 players left up. Really, this is kind of a death sentence for OUG's Mike. If none of these Temis engage onto another Temi here and open up the option for a third party, Mike really is just kind of the odd man out here in the lobby, and there's not much he can do about it, especially once Zone 6 starts to collapse onto Zone 7 and pushes these players from this high ground down to where he is. We do see Spider already moving towards where that circle is going to be, taking the high ground up in the tree. These other players going to be forced to move down below from this space. Mike likely going to lose out that little bit of space that he's managed to clutch out for himself down below. Everybody just playing it safe as we wait for the final moments to come out. This is the unfortunate pacing that happens when you get down to 4 players and they're kind of all in the same space. You don't get anybody really willing to force an engagement here, because if you do, you very quickly become the odd man out and find yourself heading back to the lobby.
But yeah, either way, if you're the one engaging on the fight or you're the person being engaged on, you guys are both going to take damage from each other. All these other players are going to see that. And boom, whichever one's lowest is going to be the target, and it can happen so fast. In an instant, you're at full health, somebody does 1 melee shot to you, and all of a sudden, boom, you're dead. OUG's Mike here, already taking a little bit of damage, does have that armor in his back pocket, though, in case he needs to swap over. He will not be able to get a pot out because he's just so in the open right now, as all of these players have the high ground on him. Mike gonna switch to that armor at the last second here, bringing it back around. He's gonna be trying to keep both of these in the circle. It is so funny to just watch him duck back and forth. It looks like he's left out. Oh, he's going back for it every single time, just reaching for it at the last possible second, as he just sends out those 1, 2, 3 attacks to try and block some of these projectiles that are going to be coming at him from the high ground here. Mike able to get a pot off as well. These players letting Mike a little bit off the hook there, giving him the opportunity to pot when he's in such an open space is definitely a play that he was super grateful to have there, being able to get back to full health on both of his armors, as these players are just waiting it out. They're going to get closer and closer together, and in the next minute and 26 seconds, there is only going to be one of them standing. We're going to see the Temi ults come out really fast, the Shio ult getting invested as well, and it is just a waiting game, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be calm, 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 and all of a sudden, boom, all 4 players are going to be battling out to see who is going to be the MVP of day number 1. Right now, we've got Spider on 6 kills, Mike on 1, Arano on 3, and KLA's T225 on 2 kills. So it is going to be swinging more in the way of Spider if he's able to keep up the pacing that he had in the early game in this final circle. He will be coming out as the victor and MVP of game number 1, putting a huge amount of points on the board for a first day. Even with the 6 kills he's got right now, if he were to go out super quickly here, oh my goodness, Mike already taking the damage, and this is where it starts, ladies and gentlemen. OUG's Mike investing the F2 isn't going to get too much value off of it here, as KLA's T225 is going to end up dropping down into the bottom of this circle with Mike. Mike able to get a pot off for a bit of a reset here, as Spider sending that full sword attack down low is going to end up getting knocked into the circle, as Mike just holding out that area here is going to get caught into the wisps, as all the Temi ultimates come out now. WG Spider getting caught on the outskirts here, getting dangerously low, caught in a wisp inside the storm. This is going to not go well for him. Spider going out first here. Mike actually, oh my goodness, Mike, oh my goodness, Mike picking up no kills, but getting in that second place spot as KLA's T225 able to come away with the final kill, and